Alright, so I've been watching a lot of like the game pickup videos and like the thrift store hunting and all that over probably like the last year or so on YouTube. I've noticed it grown quite a lot, and it's actually kind of motivated me to go out to the swap meets and look for stuff for myself. I mean, I've kind of done it for a little while now, but like the YouTube community has really motivated me to kind of go out there a lot more, like consistently every weekend and look for stuff. So I've actually found some pretty good stuff over like the last month and a half, and decided I kind of wanted to make some videos of my own. I want to try and find something to make this channel a little bit more unique than all the rest of them. Just don't want to do like mundane pickup videos, just, week after week. I want to try and find maybe something a little bit more unique to do with it. Suggestions are welcome. I do want to try and get like in-store footage when I go to like thrift stores and stuff. I would like to get footage at the swap meets, but I'm kind of using my phone right now, and it's slightly awkward to kind of film, and it would be kind of hard to look around for some of the games because I have to dig around in boxes and stuff to try and find some things, and kind of hard to do with a camera in one hand. I don't want the footage to be too sloppy, but yeah, I want to try and make it a little bit different rather than just mundane pickup videos. But I've been finding some good stuff and wanted to kind of make a video showing the stuff I found. Well, for starters, this is kind of when I first got motivated to go out to the swap meets again. I found this right here, Sega Saturn. Kind of found it at the end of the day. Surprised it was still there. I'd never really seen one of these out in the wild. I know they're not like incredibly rare or anything, but at all really. But I don't really think you see them too often, and it's in pretty decent shape. No like scratches or cracks or anything like that. It does still work. Came with one controller in the hookups. No games, which really kind of sucks because it's hard enough to find a Saturn, but then Saturn games, you're going to be hard-pressed to find those just about anywhere. And decent, and when you do find them, they're usually sports titles. It's the only thing I've ever seen out there. So, I did actually manage to find a few loose disc Saturn games. It was, what was it? I found Sega Rally and one other game in here. Johnny Bazooka Tone. It's kind of a weird little platformer. I thought it was alright. Haven't got to play it too much. I'm really looking for kind of some of the better games, but I'll have to kind of wait on that one. I'm kind of going in order, and kind of in order of the way I found things. This was, I say, I probably found this one about a month ago here. Found a Super Famicom. I was pretty excited to find this. I mean, finding one of these in the States, like at a swap meet, I don't know, that's just unheard of. I mean, I was like in disbelief when I saw it. I mean, just how could this have made its way here? It's just weird to think. It did come with a few games here. Super Mario Kart, Final Fantasy V, gotta have your Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country 3, Kirby, Super Bomberman, and Snoopy Concert. I pretty much played all of these games before. It was really Snoopy Concert. I was like, what the heck is this? It's a weird little game. I don't know. I've never seen this stateside, so I mean, probably does exist over here, but I've just never seen it before. Kind of a weird game. Yeah, not too fun though. Yeah, I was pretty excited to find that. It didn't have the AV cable or the power adapter, which really kind of sucked because going online, the power adapters, it's not that the power adapters are necessarily expensive, it's the shipping cost to import them from Japan, which really kind of suck. Yeah, it would almost cost what I paid for the system. I paid $20 for the system and 7 games and 1 controller. So I didn't think that was a bad deal because I know they go for more than that online. And I don't know if I want to keep this or not, considering trading it or selling it, just because, I mean, I already do have a Super Nintendo, and the reason I think of keeping it would be must-have import games, but I'm not too knowledgeable on like Super Famicom exclusives, so if you guys had any suggestions that would help me out, I mean, I might keep it if there's some really good games I'm missing out on, but if not, I'm probably going to get rid of it. But still an exciting find. Alright, next up, man, some of this stuff's kind of older, so not necessarily in order, but so this is probably 3 weeks ago now. I found a box and complete copy of Goof Troop. The box is like almost mint condition except for that little corner right there. Not like a terribly rare game or anything, but you know, it's still an exciting find at the swap meets. I found this along with a boxed Super Scope, which I did end up selling that one because I do already have a Super Scope and didn't feel really necessary to have it in the box, so I did end up selling that. But yeah, I held on to this, kind of still looking for box games and stuff, so I was pretty excited to find that. Yeah, thought that was pretty cool. Next up, found a few NES games. Got Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I was pretty excited to find this one. This was 2 weeks ago when I found this. Rainbow Islands by Taito. From what I understand, it's pretty uncommon. It goes for probably about like 20 or so online. So I was pretty excited to find this one. Simon's Quest, yeah, not a great game, but you know, didn't have it yet, so I added that one. And then Legendary Wings, I had never seen that game before. It's, from what I looked up, it's pretty common, but yeah, you know, game by Capcom, thought I'd pick it up there. Alright, has some thrift store finds here. Found God of War 2 here, this was complete inside. Resident Evil 4, which is also complete. And then I also found Super Smash Bros. Melee. Does not have the manual, but the game is inside, still works. Already have a copy of Super Smash Bros., but you know, always looking to make up a few extra bucks. Gonna sell this one online. Or trade it if you guys are interested. I'm open to trade offers as well. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. This one's complete. I actually thought this game was a little bit harder to find, but it's actually the GameCube version that it's a little harder to find and a little more in demand, so I don't know, still a nice find. And then Dragon Quest 8, you know, pretty good RPG. I do like the NES ones. So I have not played this one yet, so I'll check that one out. And then here's my most recent stuff here. I found a Game Gear in the box. It's actually a Japanese Game Gear. I thought that was pretty cool to find. Box is in pretty decent shape. Some scuffs here and there, a little dented right there, but I'll show you guys this one real quick. Alright, sorry about that. I gotta find a better way to record this. I mean, here it is. The system's in pretty decent shape. Yet, screen's got a few scuffs on it. Both battery cases are there. I took the batteries out just because I didn't want them rotting in there. And it did come with 2 games. It came with Columns and then Tasmanian Devil game. I don't know where those went. Don't know what I did with the games there, but it only came with the cardboard insert, no manuals or anything, and then the real kicker was the system actually, it works, but the screen is kind of fading. It's like, I guess, a problem. I looked it up after I bought it. I've never had a Game Gear before, so the screen's actually kind of really fading. You can barely see it, so I guess it was something bad with the internals. So I'd be open to trade this one if someone has the know-how to repair it. I know it can be repaired. I don't know how much. I don't think it's going to be if it's like a do-it-yourself thing, I don't think it should cost you too much. But I'm not really one for repairing consoles and handhelds or anything like that. So this one would be open to trade. A little disappointing, but I mean, it was still kind of cool to find in the box. And then most recently, I found some pretty decent PlayStation 1 RPGs, ones you don't really come by too often for a really great deal. Well, starting with Final Fantasy VII, yeah, that's not rare or anything, but I found that. I mean, it was $3. I mean, black label, complete. It does have a crack there on the jewel case, unfortunately. But I mean, it's a swap meet. What are you gonna do? So the games are all 3 discs work and everything. Tested it out. I was pretty excited to find that one. I mean, despite it being, a pretty common game, I mean, it still fetches $20 to $30 online. So I was pretty excited to find that for $3. Legend of Legaia or Legaia. I don't know how to say that, but I'm guessing it's Legaia. This one's complete as well. No cracks or anything, just, the jewel cases are kind of scuffed because the guy I picked these up from, he just stuffs all his stuff in crates, and it just kind of it bounces around and gets scratched up in there, so kind of unfortunate, but it's the swap meet, it's what you get. You aren't going to find these anywhere else for $3. So, yeah, pick that one up. Pretty excited about that. Then Final Fantasy IX. Now this one's definitely going to be much easier to find and not as expensive as Final Fantasy VII. But still nice to find. Black label and complete. This one does have multiple cracks throughout the top of the jewel case. I'm assuming the original owner probably didn't crack these. It was probably once the vendor I bought it from got it and tossed it in his bin, so yeah, it kind of sucks on that, but it is complete and all the discs are in pretty nice condition. And then probably the best find I found from that guy was Tactics Ogre. Not a game you come across too often. I was pretty excited to find this one. A game is complete with the manual and everything. Yeah, it's just some pretty good stuff I found overall at the swap meets. And there's a few things I don't have anymore that I thought I have sold off. I did find an Intellivision with 24 boxed and complete games, which I thought was really neat. I sold that one off. I mean, when I initially had started, I kind of wanted to be like the big YouTube guys who just really collect everything. And I had an Intellivision, and and I picked up the Intellivision, and I thought it was really cool just to kind of try it out. And, it was the first, like, really kind of one of the older systems I've had. It's like the oldest system I've ever owned. So, yeah, I tested it out. I mean, I really like to play my games. I do like to collect as well, but I like to play my games, and I would just never, ever, ever play those Intellivision games. I mean, I appreciate them for what they were at the time, but most of them aren't too fun to play today. So I did end up getting rid of that on eBay. So yeah, I mean, it was still just fun to find and kind of fun to play around with for a little while, but don't think I'm gonna be collecting stuff like Intellivision. Once I kind of realize that, I'm gonna kind of stick towards Nintendo and Sega stuff, and then probably sell off the rest. Yeah, I also found Zelda Twilight Princess. It was the collector's edition strategy guide. Found that for $2. I'm a big Zelda fan, but I'm not too keen on collecting stuff like strategy guides, so I did end up getting rid of that one as well. Yeah, so, I mean, I've been finding a lot of good stuff out at the swap meets, just wanted to share. And yeah, I want to try and get like my own channel going, so thanks for watching.